You've probably seen the Princess Qajar meme before. Every couple of years it makes the rounds on the internet showing a Persian princess with a mustache. The central claim is that she was a symbol of beauty in the early 1900s and drove 13 suitors to suicide when she refused to marry them. While it fails at historical accuracy, the meme succeeds at demonstrating how easily viral clickbait obscures and overshadows meaningful stories from the past. The vagueness of this claim and the perceived absurdity that she could be a symbol of beauty has made it go viral many times. While Princess Qajar may or may not have been a Persian beauty symbol due to the different beauty standards of that region and era, there's so much more to the story. But first, introductions. This is History Defined, and I want to say welcome. Please like and subscribe below if you enjoy this video. This is the first part of a video series on historical myths, so feel free to let us know some of your favorites in the comments below. So who was Princess Qajar? First off, one of the reasons this meme is so terribly inaccurate is that Princess Qajar isn't even a real name. The name Qajar actually comes from the Qajar dynasty. They were Iranian royalty of Turkish descent who ruled Persia from 1785 to 1925. Nobody was named Princess Qajar because every princess from that dynasty would have technically been Princess Qajar. Today, this would be like calling Prince Harry Prince Windsor, or Queen Elizabeth Queen Windsor. It just doesn't make that much sense. Secondly, there are actually two women in this meme, both daughters of Nasr al-Din Shah Qajar, a 19th century Shah of Persia. Nasr is known famously for being the first Persian monarch to visit Europe and being assassinated in 1896. It's reported that his final words were, "I will rule you differently if I survive." Inspiring, right? The woman in white was Ismet al-Dawla. She was a well-educated princess of Iran who could play the piano and acted as a host to wives of foreign guests. This put her in a position of power as a diplomat of sorts for the Qajar dynasty. Impressively, after Ismet's husband, Dost Muhammad Khan, left Iran secretly in 1881, she single-handedly mediated the situation between her husband and her father to allow her husband back into the country. The second woman in the meme is Tejel Sultana. She was one of the most famous women in late Persian history. Tejel Sultana was extremely accomplished. She was a painter, writer, musician, intellectual, and activist. She hosted weekly literary salons and was fluent in Arabic and French, as well as her native Farsi. She was also a founding member of Anjuman Horiyat Nesavan, which was a Persian women's rights group. She would secretly host meetings and was the first woman to take off her hijab in court. She even led a women's rights march to parliament and supported Iran's constitutional revolution. She was also a prominent critic of her father's oppressive regime. She blamed Persia's problems, like the lack of education, the unequal treatment of women, and poverty on her family. She was one of the few women fighting for change in Persia at the time. These revolutionary beliefs came from her early life growing up in the royal harem, where she witnessed how both slaves and women were mistreated. At the age of 8, she was betrothed to Sardar Hassan Shoja Sultana, her father's defense minister's son. This early betrothal caused her a significant amount of pain. They had 4 children, 2 sons and 2 daughters, before she divorced him. Divorce was incredibly taboo at the time, but she couldn't take her husband's constant extramarital affairs any longer. Her memoirs are famous to this day, with many Middle Eastern studies programs across the world still teaching them. As you can see, there's much more to both of these women than the strange claims made in the memes. Now let's address why these claims are terribly inaccurate. The meme claims that Princess Qajar was a symbol of beauty, which wouldn't have necessarily been true. Certainly in the 19th century, there was a period in Persia where people appreciated masculine features like a mustache on women. The opposite was true for men, where many people considered feminine features to be beautiful. Women would use makeup to accentuate features like the eyebrows and mustache, which is why the mustache is so prominent in the Princess Qajar photos. They, like most women, sported the look of the time. According to Harvard University professor Dr. Afsaneh Najmabadi, many Persian language sources as well as photographs from the 19th century confirm that Qajar women sported a thin mustache, or more accurately a soft down, as a sign of beauty. But as Dr. Najmabadi clearly points out, this concept of beauty was at its height in the 19th century, in other words, the 1800s, not the 1900s as the meme claims. Just because her features were similar to what people considered beautiful doesn't necessarily mean she was a symbol of beauty. And in fact, Ismet al-Dawla passed away in 1905 at an age where it's very unlikely anyone would be considered a beauty symbol. The second central claim is that 13 men killed themselves over her, which has no backing anywhere. Sources never mention multiple proposals or even suicides. Both were married early in arranged marriages, so would have never even had the chance to reject suitors. As you can see, this meme is just plain wrong and does a disservice to two pretty amazing women. If you like this video, please hit subscribe, and thank you for watching.